Hello, hello. It's Memento. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good morning. My hair is a mess. My hair is actually a mess, but we're gonna ignore it. We're gonna ignore it. It's not a problem. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even switching scenes. I'm hoping I'm not getting sick. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. One day, I'm going to reliably learn what scene goes where and organize shit, but today's not that day. Oh, I finally have milk again. This is like a dream come true. My voice is definitely sounding rough. I have concerns that I'm sick or getting sick, so I should probably drink some emergency after this, but it's fine. Denial. Deny. Look back at my memories. No, OneDrive. I do not want to look back at my memories. I only need 8 of these. That's pretty good. I'm almost done with Archer. We'll do this. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about conventions. I'm going to be spilling some tea, as usual. I am a very opinionated person. And as a result of being so opinionated, I end up with a lot of things that are called tea. Hello, Catboy! Congrats again! How you doing? Good morning. Well, I guess it's not morning for you, most likely. Me talking about convention. I've seen a lot of people talking about conventions and everything, and with the Homestuck Renaissance, it really has me thinking about, like, oh, fuck. Don't mind my alarm going off. Are you gonna celebrate, Catboy? I hope so. It really has me thinking about, like, old con culture again, because old con culture, Jesus, haven't had enough coffee, was so different from current con culture, and, like, I hope that we eventually do go back to some of that old con culture. Not all of it, because some of it was horrid, but a lot of it, I'm like, dang, we're really missing out. Like, okay, here's the thing. There was a time when we really and truly were just people, like, wearing costumes for funsies. It wasn't a competition. It was a bunch of nerds doing a bunch of nerd shit. I really want to go to a Comic-Con or, like, a gaming con. Yeah, you should. They're super duper fun. As much as I reminisce about how much I miss old con culture, I would not, like, cons, even in their evolution, are still something so, like, fundamentally amazing to me. They're still some of my fondest memories is going to cons. I just went to one this past weekend. Like, there's still a fond and amazing memory, and there's still something I look forward to. Where I find they fall short is there's a lot of toxicity in having to be the first, having to be the best. It's become very much like a dick measuring contest, and there was a time when there were obviously some people who were, like, comp oriented. And that's always going to be the case. I mean, just on the nature of, like, oh, you take a lot of pride in your work. Okay, yeah, you're going to be more oriented towards, like, making cosplays competitively and having the best of the best. But now it's like every single person. There's also a huge issue with people being unable to rewear things, which can get really frustrating because so it's great that cosplay is accessible. Being able to buy these cosplays from sites like Doki Doki and Uwowu is really cool in the accessibility department, because you're able to get your hands on something that you might not have before. You might not have the skill to make, or you might not have the time to make. One of my friends is fine with buying some stuff because she's like, well, I don't have a ton of time. I have to pick and choose what I make really carefully. So she might buy, like, she bought her Panther outfit because she's like, I don't have enough time to make a cat suit. I bought my Barbara cosplay, not the Summertime Sparkle one that you guys have actually probably seen, I bought her like Knights of Favonius outfit, or the Church of Favonius outfit. Um, because I wasn't interested in making her other one. I was looking at it and I was like, I don't want to make this. It wasn't going to be fun for me, I didn't think. So I bought it, and I don't quite regret buying it, but I've never actually worn it to a con, and I probably never will. And that's like the reality. So there's a big problem with people buying cosplays, wearing these cosplays a singular time to one con, and then never wearing them again. And it's extremely wasteful. Which again, I'm not saying don't buy cosplays, because I think being able to buy cosplays is amazing. But like, re-wearing is so important, and in the age of TikTok especially, where you have to follow the fads immediately or you fall into like oblivion, it creates this air of like wastefulness, and you don't have to be super into I can't think of the word because my coffee has only just barely been touched. You don't have to be into all of it. But yeah, like re-wearing stuff makes a huge difference, and not giving into the trends. But I also think that TikTok is like actually the devil. I don't think you guys have heard my TikTok rant. I think TikTok is like the scum of the earth social media. I think very lowly of TikTok, and if it weren't for how cool I think the video editing itself is, I probably would have just straight gotten rid of TikTok. TikTok is just arg. Yes! I think TikTok is one of the worst social media platforms to ever come into existence. I don't think it started that way. I actually think it originally was really cool. The problem is, it has now become... It's so brain rot. Like, when you go on TikTok, you will scroll for an hour. You won't, like, sleep. You'll put off sleeping. You'll put off, like, anything else. You just sit there and you stare at a screen, and it's awful. It's actually awful. It was, but then it's just so different now. Yeah, there was a time when I actually loved posting on TikTok. When I was doing my original cosplay stuff, I never really, like, got that far with it. I amassed a decent following for someone posting purely for funsies, but it's such a frustrating platform to try to follow along with in general. When I tried to look at it through an actual creator gaze, I was like, oh, this is horrid. From a viewer standpoint, TikTok is very cool. Like, the algorithm is really cool. The algorithm is so hyper-specific that all it takes is one night of you being obsessed about one thing, and TikTok will cater your entire feed to that one thing. And I do think that that's impressive. I just also think from like a creator standpoint, it's horrendous. It's like kind of easy to grow, but all the growth feels kind of like fake engagement. I'm like, what do you mean there's 1.2 million people following? Those can't all be real people. It's a mess. Hi, Wavy. Hello. Oh my god, my light isn't even on. Hey guys, I'm sitting in the dark in here. I don't probably need this. We're gonna find out. Max! Good morning, Max! Welcome in! Thank you so much for watching videos. I'm gonna reply to your comments. I slept in a little. I woke up, so some of you guys know my best friend's staying with me. And so for years, she slept in the basement. I also slept in the basement when I moved in here, so like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like, the basement's fine. Of course, been loving the content. Happy I discovered you. Oh, thank you, Max. You are so sweet. Let me give you some hearts. I watched K-pop Demon Hunters last night. What did you think, Catboy? Tell me everything. This is my gossip about, like, anime, cons, all of that. I'm talking about culture. The culture. Sweet. But, yeah, so, What are we playing here? Currently, we're playing some Honkai Star Rail. So what these streams are, welcome in. Welcome in, Max. Let me tell you a little bit about these streams. I'm so glad you liked it, Catboy. So what I do here with these streams, these morning streams, this isn't my primary platform. My primary platform is Twitch. You still need to watch it, but your fiance's been hyping it up? Hell yeah! You should. It's really good. What I do here is these are my chill morning streams. So I get my coffee and I encourage you guys to get a coffee, get a snack, and just sit back and enjoy. We talk about whatever kind of crosses my mind, whatever you guys want to talk about. Now I think what I'm going to do is pick a topic that I'm going to start with in the beginning, and then we can always go from there, and it's wherever anything takes us. So I'm talking about conventions because I was just at a convention. So obviously conventions and convention culture is very fresh on my mind. I think I have a little bit more resin I can spend. I'll do this. I messaged my manager at Watch It and he was so happy. Yes! One of us. One of us. I love K-pop Demon Hunters so freaking much. You may be at the gym. It might be the opposite of chill for me, but I show into the spirit of the vibes. You know what? Whatever is adding to your enjoyment, that's what we're about. I had to go check my volume. I was like, wait. I really need to ask Ling how he does. He does like a different volumes for each game, so he like maximizes each game, and I don't know how to do that because I'm so technologically like inept. After this I have to go record a video. Oh no, I have to fucking script my video. But I really want to record it because then I can get it edited. It's fine. You love cons? Ooh, what cons have you been to? I think he'd watched it like 7 times in one day. That's impressive, boy. I've only seen it once. I was kind of hoping we'd watch it at the con, but we didn't get around to it. We came back from the con early, so I went to Otakon. It's the first con I ever went to way back in 2008, so this is a con that's like near and dear to my heart. And when I go with my friends, we tend to leave like kind of early because we're all old. So I was like, ooh, we might get to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, especially since we got there Thursday. But we got distracted talking and catching up because one of us lives far away and both of them are hella busy, and I guess I'm hella busy now too. He's obsessed. I can tell. 7 times in one day is impressive. So we ended up just chit-chatting and we didn't get to do much, like actually watching anything. Fellow tech inept content creator, let's go! Look, we have to exist to balance out the very tech-savvy ones. I might message my friend and ask how he does that. He was showing me a bunch of stuff. He's a VTuber, so he was showing me some of the stuff that he does for, like, toggles and shit, and it was really freaking cool. And I want to figure it all out, but I can't get, like, anything right now. The con, oh my god, life is lifing. Life be lifing hard. And I'm like, there's a new game that just came out that I really want to pick up, but I'm like, hey, Twitch payout, because Girl Math says it's not real money. If it never hits my bank account, it's not real money. And Twitch pays you via PayPal, so, haha, not real money. Not real money. I can buy a game. You're God when it comes to tech. Alright, Catboy. You're up. Okay, so new character just dropped in Honkai Star Rail. I did her demo already, but I'm going to show her to you. This is... there. Hycelins? This is Hycelins. She's very pretty. I'll show you guys her demo. You're Canadian and your first con and favorite con is Otafest in Calgary. Hey, you went to Otafest? I went to Otakon. I'm here with you. I've been to that one the most. Then I've been to a few cons in Missouri and Texas, but never to a big con. Ooh. I know that Canada has some pretty cool cons. My one friend has been to YetiCon. I know that's like the poolside convention. I would love to go to YetiCon because I love Colossal Con East, which is the equivalent we have here in America. We do love some new drops. We do love. God, I can't speak. Upside of doing morning streams, I can wake up and go as long as I want to go because it's in the morning and the sky is the limit. Downside of doing morning streams, I'm not fucking awake. You guys also get to hear my like shitty morning voice. I am so glad that I finally got used to hearing myself. We dove the new drops. Me when the speech impediment hits. Me when I struggle. I definitely like don't enunciate well enough anymore. And I really need to get better about that. Because I do know that it's like, I want you guys to actually understand what I'm saying. You're biased, but Canadian cons for the win. You might be able to, I don't know if I can side with you on that one. I love my American cons. East Coast forever. I've never been to cons outside of the East Coast. I would like to go to like Anime Boston. I'm really sad that, Jesus, this fight was easy. Alright. I really want to go to some of the other cons. Yeah, I'll start this. You might be like, Memento, why do you have to unlock now? Because I am about 5 story quests behind. I have not been playing any Honkai Star Rail. Like, I do my dailies and that's it. Hi, Cyrene. Her voice even sounds like March. Yeah, I have not been playing the story at all. I think for one of these morning streams, I would like to do some of the story to try to catch up, but I'm not there yet, and today is not that day. I haven't been super... This is the limited time event, so I tend to just, like, skip through these anyway. Oh, you can! Oh my god, I can just skip in general. That's amazing. I'm gonna skim. We skim in this house. This isn't main story. This is like the limited time quest. So technically it's not adding, it's like adding a little bit to the story, but not much. But I want to see what the actual thing is. Never mind. Me, I'm gonna skim through. Also me. Fuck this. It's really confusing that the little creature is called Mem. Because I'm called Mem. And I'm like, yes? What's... Oh my god, that's different. You look different. Who are you? Hello?
Incredible. The hero
Uh-huh.
for the essence of the world, and even spoken a line that's truly beyond expectation. Over here!
That sounds like Paimon.
It's really the hero that Rini fell for.
I'm so confused about what drug-induced trip I'm in right now, but that's okay.
Welcome, dear guest. When the wind chimes in the leaves,
I don't like the old lady voice that is in this tiny creature. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. You really like the art in this game? This is cool. Yeah, I love the Hoyoverse games. I really do. And they come up with some really unique designs and everything. I haven't been feeling this one as much lately, but a lot of these like daily logging games like this, I find have a lot of ebb and flow, and it's just whether you get too overwhelmed with backlog or not. I need lip gloss. I can't do this. Alright, we are gonna skip through. I want to get to like the meat and potatoes.
This way. Everyone's already setting things up.
Fairy Tree Hollow Dive. Oh my god, where the hell have I gone? I'm so Infinity Nikki brained that I'm like, ooh, can I catch these bugs? No, no you can't. Hello, James! Good morning! Welcome in! Doramem? Doramem! Who are you? Hi, Aglaya. Who are you talking to? Oh, you're the other new character. She's also coming this patch. Anyway. Limited time events. I like that they added skip. Oh. Ooh. So, I think this is like a little like serving game. What do I do? Observe the customer's needs and click on menu items to place orders in the kitchen. After ordering, the kitchen will prepare meals in sequential order. You can order in advance, and up to 3 portions of each dish can be stored. When the meal is ready, the bubble above the customer's head will light up. Click to assign a waiter to serve the meal. Alright. Tap the lit bubble to start serving meals. This is so cute! Oh, this is so cute! So how are we doing today, guys? What are we up to? What's the game plan for today with you guys? Like, what are we feeling today? You started doing your solo leveling dailies in the mornings at 8 p.m. when they reset. How are you liking it? How are we liking doing morning dailies? I'm a morning daily girly. I would do all 3. I had to think about how many daily logging games I play. Anyway, I enjoy waking up and doing them, and I would do all of them if I could. Unfortunately, like, once I go back to work, it makes it a lot harder. But I just find it so refreshing when I can wake up early in the morning. This is so cute! Oh my...
I hereby declare the very restaurant's very
Oh my god, the fact that I can skip is so nice.
truly solves the limited.
I just want to play the game. I don't want the story. New seeds. I get to grow crops. Oh, this is the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. You guys don't understand. This, oh my god. Yippee. Alright, I think I get to leave now. Not bad, honestly. When I did them at 8, I'd have a good 4-6 hours before I inevitably fell asleep. Doing them in the morning means I can technically do dailies twice if I want. Yeah, that's super true. That is kind of nice about Persona 5, the Phantom X, is I can, like, if I know I'm busy the next day, I can do my dailies in advance. I can't do that for any of my other games because they all have the 4 a.m. reset, so it doesn't really matter. But it's nice. It's nice. Oh, story branching options. Shit. Alright, I guess I have to make a choice. I have to actually... Alright, let's do it. We need to confirm what's your vision... Oh, I see, I see. Okay, I get a vision. Come on, run through. Bigger and better, make more money, become a Michelin 3-star restaurant! That's all I care about. That's it, that's it. Oh, Michelin Gourmet Guide. I'm gonna be Michelin. One more star than 3? I'm so about this. Goal, 4-star restaurant. I'm so glad that this is what I can do with my life. So I watched a really cool video on how, like, on cozy games and the industry, and it was really fascinating, but I definitely did have some beef with, like, how the guy was saying it. Trailblazers Hearth, Maze Grand Hotel, 80s Alasia Community Canteen, Krasos Air Activity Center, custom name 2. Maze Grand Hotel is funny. There's also Street Fighter 6 tournament playing today that I plan to watch. Ooh, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be super cool. Do you watch a lot of tournaments? Tell me more. I've only hosted 2 tournaments so far, so like my knowledge of like tournaments and tournament style hosting, and I've participated in 1, is like kind of super limited, but I would love to hear more. All right. Mementos homemade meal. Okay. Current star level. Yeah. Research colorful salad. Go to farm. I did it! I'll leave the rest for you. Okay. I can research. Recipe development. Oh my god, Alright, I can develop. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I only started watching recently, never participated. I kind of want to at some point. You should. I think they're probably a ton of fun. Oh my god, chat. If I start ignoring all of you, it's because I'm so invested in my little management game. I get so excited when they do games like these. When they do limited events like these, I think they're super fun. Like, they're silly, but they're fun. Okay, don't forget to add the more expensive. I'm not... How do I... Lettuce salad and colorful salad. Oh no! I have to replace it? Okay. Fine. Start the business day. The main ones I watch are SF6 and occasionally Tekken 8, but Tekken 8 is absolute hell to play. Damn, why is it so bad to play? Fixed number of customers will visit. Ba ba ba. Serve everyone. Alright. We've got the food prep. I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. The waiters are swamped. I need to hire more staff. Oh no! And you don't have a place to sit. What? Please. Oh my gosh. I know you don't have a place to sit. I'm working on it. I'm going as fast as I can. Oh, after giant customers may leave a table messy. No. The mayors might spill food. No. Oh. I know you're swamped right now. Oh. 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 My poor little waiter. Game is as heavily balanced as it should. As balanced as it should be. It's heavily geared towards aggression. Some characters just can't match up. Damn, that sucks. It sucks when a game isn't properly balanced, like a competitive game. Because, like, here's the thing. If it's a game like this and it's not completely balanced, this is PvE, so it doesn't really matter. But, like, a game that, like, is PvP, it sucks when it's not balanced well because it feels bad. Like, certain characters are going to feel bad to play. You see the same few characters in the top 8 with very few exceptions. Yeah. No, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. That's how, like, Dead by Daylight is. That's a big frustration people have with Dead by Daylight. Oh, I got my first Mimchilin. Bro. Something feels off. All I want is to play the silly game. I don't want all this story. Hell, even at Evo Vegas, a chunk of the top 8 use the same character because she's a new release and broken as hell. Yeah, power creep is really real in so many different games, which I find, like, fascinating that it's really hard to balance adding in new characters. I don't know why I'm required to go through this dialogue. In the end, the wearer went to using his main, who has been broken since the game was released. Holy shit. Sounds like, in my opinion, they need to work on balancing their game before they can keep going with, like, are these official tournaments? Are they, like, game sanctioned tournaments, or are they unofficial tournaments? A lot of, like, Dead by Daylight tournament rules, Dead by Daylight doesn't officially host tournaments, but there is a list of tournament rules that people who are very good at the game have come up with, and so many characters and perks are just outright banned from the game. I'm pretty sure, like, Nurse, you just can't play as Nurse. It's really crazy. I don't know why I have to go through this dialogue. It's my day! The restaurant is saved! Is he my chef? Oh, he does like to cook. Jesus, I didn't wake up properly, so I can't see very well right now. You ever heard of Evo or Tekken World Tournament? I have. I've heard of Evo. Tekken World Tournament, I can assume what it means, but I don't know for sure. I've heard of the Esports World Cup. I personally have never really been into esports that much. I only just recently got into it. I like speedrunning. I am big into speedrunning. Yeah, Tekken has played at all of them. Damn. So, like, it's played in a very official... Develop? It's played in a very official capacity, which means I feel like... I'm sure they have a lot of rules and regulations. Excuse me. So, like, they probably have certain things that are banned to try to make it fair. I might as well level up everything while I can. I guess I'll add these to menu. I don't know. I'm kind of... go to my farm. Oh, we get crops from the ferry. Yes, new farmland. Hell yeah. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, I'm so locked in. Not actually sorry, just like a little sorry. I have the least Alright. Oh, okay. I'm close to unlock yet. Me when I get to play a silly farming game in Honkai Star Rail. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the best game ever. Alright, one more day. This is a restaurant signature dish. I think I have enough, probably. We'll try. Yeah, it honestly just comes down to A, who's the most broken or OP character, and B, who's the most technical and efficient at using them. Which is very fair. And that's how a lot of games are. Like I said, in Dead by Daylight tournaments, Nurse is, like, official tournaments. Nurse is just outright banned and not allowed in those during business hours. Oh, a different approach. Food's taking forever. My sweetie flower wilted while I waited. Mim. Speed it up. Hell yeah. Alright. That's why I moved on to SF6. It's a lot more balanced. True, some characters are better in tournaments than others, but the march is a lot smaller than T8. Huh. As far as I know, there are no banned characters in T8 tournaments. That's wild. I feel like I'm so, I feel like I'm so used to characters being banned that, like, I'm used to Dead by Daylight. Like, I've done a lot of research on, like, Dead by Daylight tournaments and everything. So I feel like I'm so used to that, customers will pay 10% more gold. Oh, fuck yeah. Shriek Fever. I'm so used to, like, how crazy those are. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I'm locked in, guys. I'm locked in. This is fine. Okay. Oh, I can have more. Hell yeah. It's letting me make more in advance than I thought. Oh, let's fucking go. Let's go. I love stupid games like this. You know, like I said, I was watching a video talking about cozy games, and it was very fascinating to... It was fascinating to watch because, it really was talking about the over-influx of cozy games and how this over-influx affects, my purchase. Oh, I need more dining tables. Hell yeah. Yes. Purchase. Oh, I don't have enough to purchase, but I can get a stat. Hell yeah. I said I was only doing one more. I lied. I've lied to you all. You know why? Because I'm overexcited. I don't think I need wheat. Okay. I don't know enough to open up my next farm plot, but that's okay. And I don't think there's any new recipes to be learning. Yeah. That should unlock soon, I hope. Level up. Level cap reached. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, it was talking about cozy games and how they've affected the industry as a whole, and how people kind of get away with making low quality games as well. So here's the thing. There's some really cool games out there, but a lot of the cozy games that have been made recently aren't as high quality as some of the other games that people know and love. And a lot of this, I think, has to do with the fact that people are just trying to get things out as fast as possible. Corporations are trying to get games out as quickly as possible. So watching this video was really fascinating. Examples, Tales of the Shire. So they made this Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit inspired game called Tales of the Shire, and it's apparently awful. Everything I've heard about it is terrible, but content creators themselves raved about it. And a lot of it was also talking about how, like, you can't fully trust content creators in a lot of these situations because they're going to do whatever is shilling. Like, if they got the game for free, there's a certain expectation of what you're going to say about the game. And while I do think there's a lot of merit to this, I also think you can receive some... I think that, like, the thing is, I think a lot of these content creators get so caught up with having to ensure that they say all the right things that they forget that they can, in fact, say, like, you can criticize a game. You can criticize a game and still be talking about it positively. A good example of this is I just reviewed a game called Firefly Village. I got the game for free. This, what I'm doing right now, I wasn't paid for the game. I was given the game for free. But, as I was reviewing it, I did talk about improvements. I do try to be kind in my reviews because I want to make sure that I'm giving actual constructive feedback and not just saying, wow, this specific thing sucks. Another time this happened, and I bought the game with my own money, but Little Sim World. The video's literally titled Little Problems, Big Potential. Like, I refuse to be the person who's going to, like, sit around and just shill a game. But I also refuse to act like... I refuse to act like we can't be positive. That's my own personal take, though. Like, I want to be positive in how I assess games, and I want to be kind, because I don't think that... Oh, I don't have enough to purchase that. I don't think it serves anyone any purpose if you're just over here being rude about, like, a game. It doesn't serve anyone any purpose. So instead of being, like, rude or cruel, I try to find balance in it. It's all in the delivery. There could be improvements in these areas, but it does have great potential as opposed to this doesn't look good, so this game sucks. Yeah. But also, and that's basically when I was talking about Firefly Village, I was like, hey, you know, I appreciate that this is a cozy game. I appreciate that this is meant to be a very easy and compacted farm sim. However, just because it's meant to be those things doesn't mean that that excuses like any. I mean, I didn't find the game to be lazy. I found the game to be very fun, actually. But I was like, hey, you know, I think that this game would benefit from having, even though it's meant to be a very calm and cozy game, even though it's meant to be a calm and cozy and no stress game, I think that that doesn't mean that it shouldn't have some elements to it. Set meals. Alright, I need 2 of these. I'm trying, sorry, multitasking, not my strong point. Oh no, the little fairy forgot to pay, we gotta stop them. Not the dine and dash. Bro, why are we fucking dining and dashing? What is this? Alright. Oh my god. Okay, okay. But yeah, you have to be productive in your delivery. You also, I think it benefits because no one feels good when they just hear, wow, XYZ sucks. No one feels good when they hear that. Instead, it feels so much better if you're like, hey, I think that Firefly Village could benefit from having a slightly larger area, even though this is meant to be a calm and cozy game that you're meant to be able to play on like a relatively fast pace. I still think it's important to be able to make some choices within your day. So one of my biggest complaints about Firefly Village was, as much as I enjoyed it, I was like, hey, I can do the exact same thing every day without fail. I'm making no choices save for, like, I can choose whether or not I give someone a gift, but I have enough time to go through the whole area, talk to everyone, go fishing, do my farm. Like, I had time to do everything, which to me, I was like, I want a little bit more. I want to have to make a choice. In a 4-minute day, I shouldn't be able to do everything, in my opinion. So that was my main thing. I was like, hey, it would be nice if there was just one more area to explore, maybe 2 more villagers, and I think that would make a huge difference in that it's still comfy and cozy. It's still a miniature, like, easy farming sim that is low stress, and that was the point of the game. But it's not, but you do get to make a choice. Ooh. Well, I have to buy all of these. Whoops. How am I gonna not buy all of these? I was supposed to move on and do something else. I am too caught up in doing this. Oh yeah, the store that I bought out. It's fine. Recipe development. Yippee! Ooh, develop. In-depth work, constructive criticism. Exactly. And that's how I felt, that's how I, like, try to do all of my stuff. I want to change out. I want to put the sweet burger in. Let's put this in. Alright. Level cap. Add to menu. Perfect. Go to my farm. Hell fucking yeah. I don't have enough to unlock, and that's okay. Oh, what do I need? What do I need? I don't think I need... I took that off. I'll need these. And I'll need these. Of course I'll need this. Clearly multitasking, not my strongest suit. Alright, I'll do 2 of those. And get my limited time rewards. Oh, I'm vibing so... I promise I'm done after this. I'm done after this. I'm done. I can stop anytime I want. Oh, we did do honey carrot pie. Whoops. I think I wanted to take this one off. Well, it is honey. We'll keep that. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine. But yeah, it is a balancing act of you have to make sure that if you're going to offer criticism, you want to make it constructive. It serves no one any purpose if all you're doing is being hateful in the things that you're saying. Um, like, you have to be constructive, you have to be productive. If you're not, then it serves no one any purpose. Bro, stop. Everyone stop trying to not pay. Please. My god. Everyone's trying to dine and dash on me. Because if you're not being productive, if you're just saying a certain thing, like, really sucks. And I do think that you can, there are moments where you can be like, this was rough. I don't think, because again, like, it's all very much a balancing act of, like, there are going to be times when you just have to be like, this wasn't good. I got an amazing review. Hell yeah. There are just going to be times where there's kind of no two ways about it. You're just like, hey, this was bad. And in those cases, so when I've played games where I'm like, X is bad, that's when I usually try to go, I did not particularly like this. However, this is something that I think can be improved upon. This is how I think it could be fixed potentially. And I think in doing that, that helps you also counterbalance to be like, I didn't like said thing, but this would be my personal idea. And I've gotten criticism for that too, to be like, hey, you're not a game dev, which is true. I'm not. But I'm a game consumer. And I think at this point, I know a little bit about, like, not game dev stuff, but from a consumer perspective. And if I were to hear from a game dev to be like, hey, it's not possible because of XYZ, I'd be like, okay, I understand. So that's one of those things where it's like, it's a balancing act of, I might not know about game development, but I can offer my ideas for it, and maybe that'll help someone. Oh, I even have to purchase for my staff supervisor. Oh wait, no, because I got that. Okay, so I have two of them. Fig stew. Ooh. Okay. We'll do that. And then, I don't think the store doesn't have any ingredients. If I go to my farm, though, I can cultivate. I need more land. Alright. That one's a little wonky, but that's fine. I'm not gonna think about that. Management. Yeah, and I can do decorations. Excellent. Okay. Honestly, I might as well. Okay. He. Hey, remember when I said I was done? I lied. I know I'm the worst. I know I'm the worst. Claim all. Hell yeah. I just get so hooked on stupid things like this. I say stupid affectionately. Alright. It's fine. Why? Oh my god, that one clicks horribly. Oh! Yo, what's up, Brian? I'm still my own biggest critic. I game for our project that's been stuck in dev for a couple years now. I know what I want to do, but the parts aren't coming out right in testing. And that's a common thing. From everything I've talked to other indie game devs about, that's a super common thing, to have, like, the ideas, but then they just don't come out right. So I promise you're not having, like, a crazy experience that's like these are the normal, if not extremely frustrating experiences. Uh, and you just have to keep, from what I've seen, you just have to keep working on it to see, no, I want to do this stuff. Oh, I get speed boosts. That's nice. That's very nice. Oh, this is delightful. Oh my god. I don't need any speed boosts right now. But yeah, from what I've heard about, like, game development in general, a lot of it is just trying to mess around and see with what's going to work. You have to experiment, and it sounds like game dev work is really frustrating, in kind of the best way, because once you do get that payoff, it feels amazing from what I've heard. And yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. Game dev work is fascinating. I have adored seeing all of my... I have adored seeing all of my, like, game dev mutuals be able to do all of this stuff. No! Oh my god. I almost lost that. That was horrifying. I almost lost out on precious, precious money. Oh, oh, oh. This is it. This is it. Stocked, locked, cocked. I just want it to be fast again. Oh, customers have been served for today. I'm doing great. Look at my revenue. Oh, these are the revenue numbers we love. We love to see it. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to stop. I can stop whenever. I can stop whenever I want, guys. I'm gonna play all of this later. I'm not, though. I'm not. I have to figure out. We might have plans today. We might end up not having plans today. Sure, you're done. I'm as done as, you know, I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't you worry. I love games like this. I love games like this. I think they're super fun. I think doing little, like, fun management things like this can be super rewarding. And it's just calming. Please don't put me into dialogue. Oh my god, what did I just say? Skip. Alright. See, I told you guys, I can stop whenever I want. I can stop whenever I want. It's fine. I don't have a problem. It's fine. It's fine. Name your very own restaurant. Hell yeah. And what mission? Oh my god. Don't look at those. How's the warps doing? Not great. Not great. It's fine. I haven't recovered emotionally from whoever I was pulling on. I don't remember who. Finon. I think Finon really fucked me up a little. Okay. See? See? I can stop. I can stop whenever I want. Biggest face. It's me. God, my hair is so fucked up. It's because I showered right before I went to bed. So, my hair is in shambles. My hair is, like, actually in shambles right now. It does not do well. Alright. Instead of getting flashbanged on the Infinity Nikki screen, we're gonna stay on biggest face. See? I can walk away. I can walk away whenever I want. I really need to catch up on the story of Honkai Star Rail. I really do like Honkai Star Rail. I just haven't been feeling it as much. Let me put my hair in front of... Let me mess around with this hair. I don't know. I've been caught up in so many other things, and... So, I really like live service games for the reason of they give you a ton of content that you can enjoy. Downloading resources. I'm so sure you are, Infinity Nikki. This coffee's giving me life. New resources available. New resources are always available. Oh my god. Infinity Nikki. This game has me downloading shit almost every time. It's insane. Alright, it's gonna get booted up in a second once it gets its life together. You guys want to see a cute picture of... Oops. You guys want to see a cute picture of my cat? Look at her. Look at her. Sleeps like she's fucking dead. My cat sleeps like she's dead. She's not. She's fine. There's nothing wrong with her. Except all of the things that are wrong with her. But, like, why? Why does she look like that? Look at this. Why? I looked at her. That's my bathroom. I went into the bathroom and I saw that and I was like, what is wrong with her? Why? Why are you like this? Alright, now it's finally booting up. Give me a second, guys. I need to change what game I'm playing. Once I remember how to do that. Oh, what in the world? YouTube, why? YouTube, why? I love streaming on YouTube. I had something crazy happen yesterday. You guys want to hear? So, as you guys know, I stream over on Twitch mostly. And I stream over on, that's where I got started. And it's only been recently, within the past month, that I started doing these YouTube streams, and I really like them. They are my chill morning stream. I get to chit chat with you guys. I get to talk about whatever we want to talk about, wherever it takes us, and I'll go back on my convention rant in a little bit. But Twitch is still my main platform for streaming. YouTube is, I create YouTube videos, and by and large, I don't use my streaming content for many, if any, of those YouTube videos. I do kind of want to do a series on Date Everything, and that's going to be pulled from my Twitch streams. But regardless, I really enjoy streaming on here, and I really enjoy streaming on Twitch, and I've never done multi-streaming. Last night though, I got fucking follow-botted, and I was like, oh, because I had to figure out what to do about it. I didn't expect it. Because, like, here's the thing. Someone getting follow-botted is against TOS, because it's inflating your views artificially. So I was like, if I get banned off Twitch, I'm going to be devastated. I've worked so hard. I built up my brand. I just rebranded. I'm going the VTuber route sometimes. Like, I was like, no, I can't lose all of this. Oh, God, because I would probably go back down to, like, 200 followers at that point. It would be insane. It would be awful. And it would be pretty fucking devastating. Obviously, I didn't do it. Especially since, if you look at the VOD, I literally am commenting being like, no, I think they follow-botted me. Like, and so I continued on with my stream, and we just kind of accepted it. And then after stream, I ended stream a little bit early so I could go report it to Twitch and be like, I'm pretty sure it's still inflated. I checked on my phone this morning. Yeah, it's still inflated. I really don't want to use Seribot for it. So I just put Seribot on. Seribot is a specialty bot that... Oh yeah, here's the fit. Damn, I need Rillo in here to see my cute fit. Rillo appreciates my fits. Whoops. Thought I was on this still. But it was really annoying because, like, I was really looking forward to hitting 1K because I'm getting close to it. That's new. Hi. Hi. Oh. What the fuck? You know what? I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave. That's freaky. Freaky little thing. Between this and the AI age thing happening here, can we trust anything anymore? Yeah. So, I haven't fully looked at what the AI thing happening here is. Is it just people are worried that legitimate creators are getting banned? Because I know at first people were really excited about the crackdown on AI. And I understand people's complaints about, you know, clip channels are kind of getting the short end of the stick because now YouTube only wants original content. So, like, creators won't be affected by it in general if you're not using, like, AI or recycling content. But, like, clip channels will be affected, and Like, there's a couple other niches that'll be affected. And, like, on the one hand, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's so hard because I know YouTube does want to cut down on, like, the people just doing AI slop and, like, the people who are generating their entire content library just using AI, and they want the people who, like, I spend hours, like, filming, recording, well, those were the same words, coffee, um, you know, I spend sometimes hours filming, and I can spend, like, 2 hours sometimes just, like, scripting and recording my scripts and then editing the videos together. Like, what I'm doing takes time, and, you know, in some ways it's nice to see this crackdown, but I have a feeling it's not all that it seems, which sucks. But I don't know a lot about it because I was out. I wasn't home when people first started talking about it, so I missed some of it. I think the issue is more about the fact that they'll want you to prove your age, so giving them your credit card or government ID, it's them collecting this private data from you. Yeah. But here's the thing. Okay, counter argument. If you're monetized, you have to provide information. That's the thing. If they're just asking more people to do it, I mean, it's just them kind of reworking the monetization system, because I'm pretty sure Twitch, I don't remember what I had to give Twitch, but I'm sure I had to prove my fucking identity in order to get paid. Otherwise, you know, you could have a money laundering scheme going on. So, I mean, if your aspirations are to get paid on YouTube, I don't know. This is, oh, about the viewers, not the creators. Okay, okay. Yeah. It's tricky. It's tricky because it's like, you know, on the one hand, I want to look at YouTube and be like, yeah, that's kind of fucked. But on the other hand, I'm like, but they're actually trying to cut down on people using AI to create content. And I'm like, you know, at what point, is there a point where we have to just accept it? Yellow, pink, yellow is the close one. Oh, fuck. It's turned. Nope. 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 I don't have enough brain power for this. I don't have enough brain power. Alright, so it's blue. Blue, pink. Oh, whoops. I only have to step on these, apparently. Hee 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 hee. Wait, blue, pink, yellow. Pink. I'm big braining. Oh! The AI thing is that they're using it now to try and guess how old your viewers are. So, here's the thing. We've really fucked around on the internet and found out. Like, we really did, and this whole generative AI thing is obviously kind of showing the culmination of everything bad. Like, I'm super against generative AI. At no point am I on the side of generative AI. But, you know, the thing that gets frustrating is for far too long, we've let the internet be this completely untamed thing. Yeah, there's age verification stuff, but it's easy to lie about your age. But the issue is, I feel like now as we see websites try to crack down on it, it becomes this whole new can of worms, because people are like, well, we don't want to be put off from this. And like, at the end of the day, I'm very mixed bag on how much should we be allowed to crack down on things, because here's the thing, I don't make content for kids. I've age restricted a couple of my videos. Age restricting is very punishing, but I have no qualms doing it for a game like Clickholding, where I'm like, I don't want anyone who hasn't verified their age to be over 18 to see this video, because I don't feel it's not, kids shouldn't be watching it. Now, if a kid's lying about their age, that's out of my control. That's out of my fucking control, and I'm not going to sit here and put the onus on myself. Kids are going to lie about their age, and that has been a thing for years, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. But I have no problems age restricting a video to try to minimize it. That being said, none of my content is made for kids. And I click the box that says this is not made for kids. However, I don't age restrict it, so technically kids can still find it, because a lot of people have not verified their ages on YouTube, which I understand. Is it a bad thing to want people to have to verify their age? And that's where it becomes a really difficult thing of, like, you know, haha. So if it thinks that you're going to watch it and you're not 18, it's going to keep you from watching stuff. So now the other night, my 12-year-old son was watching rap videos hoping to get around it. And, like, that's the problem. There are many videos that just aren't made for kids, and we unfortunately are... Unfortunately, I'm not talking about your son in particular. Obviously, you know, I work as a teacher, so I see a lot of this shit. We're dealing with a lot of, and I've noticed this at the school that's connected with mine, that's Gen Ed, there's a lot of very entitled children who think that just because it's on the internet, it's for them, and that's not the case. And then they get upset when it's not for them, and it's like, look, you were warned. You were told. So in a lot of ways, I'm actually not fully against this, because for far too long, I feel like I've been watching kids get into shit they shouldn't be, and then complaining about it, and the onus falling on the adult, because obviously the adult should know better, when that's not... If my stuff is clearly marked, and you choose to ignore that, it's kind of like the dead dove do not eat. For anyone who doesn't know what dead dove do not eat is, it's a rating tag. Well, it's a tag that you can put on fanfiction. And what it means is, read the tags, that's exactly what you're getting. Don't complain. Mind you, he's a Kendrick and Tyler, the Creator fan somehow in the first place. Because it's incredibly hard to monitor the content that kids are watching on YouTube. Especially with, like, autoplay being a thing. You can end up on the weirdest sides of YouTube so fucking easily without any idea of how you got there. My personal trouble is that my content being teaching stuff is for kids, but I always mark it as not, because I want adults to see it too. I would be, if your stuff is for kids, you can mark it as, I would be marking it as made for kids. If your primary audience is you want kids seeing it, I understand that you want adults seeing it too, but I think it's just forcing creators to decide what their target audience is. And, like, for you personally, I would go for the this is made for kids route, because I think you would be rewarded for that, because you're also not making, like, the made for kids, like, slop videos that I see talked about a lot, where it's not actual content, it's just fucking Coco Melon. You're not doing Coco Melon videos. God damn it, I always forget to change my power. I haven't even started spending my resin in this game. I'm just fucking around here. Which, and this is why I'm so torn on this, because I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I completely understand people's frustration and that this feels like censorship almost. But I think this really could be a good thing. It's also probably not a good thing, because it's presumably being done for the wrong reasons. Because anytime kids are brought into it, it's never actually about the kids, and that's my main issue. The overall sentiment of this, I don't think is bad. The overall sentiment, I think, is the idea of actually trying to keep kids away from content that isn't for them isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, dead dove, do not eat. Like, people tag their fan fiction with this, and then people still get upset. People still read it, and then it just kind of gives you an out to be like, I tagged this. It says pay attention to the tags. That is what you're getting. And this is usually used for really explicit fanfics that usually have really dark themes to them. People still read it and get upset, and it's like, hey, you were warned. So my problem is it probably isn't actually being done for kids. That's probably some propaganda being spread. But I don't think the idea of keeping kids from seeing everything there is to see with ease and not having any protections to keep kids away from it without forcing creators to restrict their content. Because, like, if, okay, so I'm a pretty small creator on YouTube, but I've had some videos get a little bit of traction, but my age restricted videos, let me go see them. What the fuck? Who's chanting? Nope. My age restricted content, I will actually go pull up what those numbers look like. I only have 2 age restricted videos. One is relatively new and one is older. So, I only age restrict for very extreme sexual content. I've age restricted a couple shorts too. So, I've age restricted 2 videos at this point, and one of them is for a game called Clickholding that I posted 10 months ago. That video is sitting at 29 views, which isn't bad, but I feel like that game has a little bit more of an audience. The other video I age restricted is a game called Psychopathy Assessment. And the video is straight up titled, Should This Game Have Been Made? And that one's from 2 weeks ago and is sitting at 8 views. And then to like put into perspective, some of the stuff from 10 months ago, the other stuff on that line actually has less views than Clickholding. Clickholding is kind of a little viral, but the stuff for Psychopathy Assessment, part 4 of Bad Summer got 43 views. Can a Mini Farm, the Firefly Village review got 20 views, and part 1 of Last Report got 18 views, and those were all posted within the same month as the Psychopathy one. So it does punish your content, and I think I've seen it in my shorts too, but I can't remember which ones I age restricted, but I know they didn't get many views. The trick though is there's pop culture jokes sometimes only adults are gonna get. Here's the thing. If you look at any kids TV show, they've been making these jokes for years that are meant to go over the heads of kids and appeal to the parents who are watching it with their kids. I think there is a certain art form to how you need to do it so that it's catering towards so that the adults will understand it but the children won't necessarily. How the fuck do I get up there? How do I get up there? I don't see anything. Interesting. I don't care enough. I have ultimately decided I do not care. I am not that invested. But yeah, I think that's a big thing is you have to learn the art form of... Oh, it's all shitty ones. What's this? Play a minigame. Alright. Fine. I can upgrade Eureka's. Man, it's all crappy ones. Fine. Oh, I need to go back out here. Nope. Yeah, because I don't think there's any mini games in this area. Flora Wish. Filter markers. Okay, good. I have mini games up. I'll go to this one. There we go. But yeah, I think you have to learn a balancing act with that. I do, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with this, with what they're doing, but because I don't think the intentions are actually pure and good. Oh, God frames. Because more often than not, when children are brought up in this light, it's a scapegoat. It's for them to try to get around. It's for them to try to get people backing censorship laws. And I'm not advocating for censorship. I'm only advocating for I would love I would love to see an actual genuine um help to keep kids from seeing some of this stuff. And I wish that people actually did care about the kids, because a lot of what I've seen, it's the same thing with like the drag queens. Um where it becomes like, oh, we don't want like children exposed to like really sexualized drag queens, and it's like, okay, you just don't like drag queens and that's why you're making like this fuss. But that, and instead of it being like certain things that we actually don't want kids to see, like, do I think that kids should go to most drag shows? No. Do I think that a drag queen reading to children is some horribly offensive thing? God, no. I think it's lovely that they want to like dress up and like read to the children. It's promoting reading. Someone might ask them about it, and like drag is a really, in a lot of ways, cool art form that isn't always inherently sexual. The reason why so many people have issue with it is because they see things like Drag Race where it is inherently sexual, but a drag queen reading to children isn't sexual at all. And if you think it is, by God, what are you doing? Because there's so many things that are implicitly sexual that we just allow our children to see. And I feel very, for someone who's not a parent, I have very strong opinion. I talked about this earlier. I have really strong opinions. It bites me in the ass a little bit. I'm a very opinionated person. And I'm not going to stop being an opinionated person, especially when it comes to like, I don't know, I want there to be a mix that allows kids to be kept from things they shouldn't be watching. Like, if a kid came up to me and was like, I watched your clickholding video, I'd be horrified. I would be so horrified. I'd be like, oh my God, because a kid wouldn't understand that shit. Like, it's so above the realm of what I want. And if they did, that's a whole nother problem. Psychopathy assessment, again, like, I don't want children to see much of the content I create. And it just sucks that it's always under a guise of like helping the children when that's not what anyone is actually trying to do. And that's my rant. I get very heated about it. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't want, I don't know. And I came from the time when I was a kid. I mean, I was coming from a time when the internet was this largely uncontrolled place that had no one watching over anyone, and you definitely ended up in some dicey situations because of it. Like, fortunately, I didn't necessarily, because I knew some basic internet safety. But I mean, people used to give out their addresses on the internet, excuse me, and not even think twice about it. And you know, now we're in this age where people can find that stuff, and just, I do think kids need to be protected on the internet. I do think people need to learn about internet safety. I actually feel really strongly about internet safety. I don't even, why did I get rewards? Alright, you know what, that's none of my business. It's none of my business. Yeah, so I think that we need, better balance. I think that children should be required to learn internet safety, because, and I think that parents should be teaching it. If not in school, you should be teaching it. I think internet safety should be taught at home, but I also think it should be taught at school, because at the end of the day, like, the more you're hearing it, the more likely you are to actually like follow and listen to it. And yeah, we do need to, as adults, it is important to like spread internet safety, but as adults, it's also important that we are protected too in all of this because cannot hold the bell. Why? Whoops. Oopsie. Where am I going? Here am I going? Yeah, it's important for all parties to be protected because it isn't fair to adults either to like demonize for when we do accurately describe our content and kids still see it. Hello, Rillo! Rillo, I was saying I needed you to come to stream. Look at my pretty outfit. I worked very hard on this. I am living for it. Also, the cat ears go on everything now. One does not simply give me cat ears. I'm talking about internet safety. And I'm getting caught up on what's going on with YouTube and both endorsing and complaining about it because it's not, I'm so sure it's not for the reasons that YouTube claims it's for. But I also do think we need internet safety to help actually keep children safe. It's just nowhere ever does it right. This is like my thing. And I never get to talk about it. So, you know, thank you everyone for listening to my rambles about, like, internet safety. This is a niche topic that I never really get to talk about because I don't cater to children. Like, my content is not for children. So there's not... And I take that shit seriously. I had someone who ended up... I've had a couple people who have ended up, being removed, and I've told them they can come back when they're 18, and one did. It's gorgeous. You know I love a good outfit. I thank you for being of culture and enjoying my pretty dress-up outfit game that I talk about serious topics while I play. Honestly, as someone who's just been hit with the internet safety shenanigans, it's really not a big deal. I understand people not wanting to put in their, like, identification as a viewer. I do understand that sometimes you just are like, I'm an anonymous person on the internet. I shouldn't have to identify myself in the same way. But I also am like, if they have the actual intentions of protecting children, then I cannot be fully against it. I just have doubts that they actually are trying to protect kids, and more so that it's micromanaging adults. Oh yeah, and then there's a problem where if we teach in school, it's not how you believe it should be taught, aka our view doesn't match yours, now we teachers are the problem. Oh, well, that's always been a thing. My school might just be really bad about that. My school is very strange. I miss the days when I'm pretty sure there used to be a time when admin would lie on behalf of the teachers if it was to benefit the students, and everyone's so by the book now that it really causes a lot of issues. Make a new email, authenticate your age with it, and then just use it for sites and services that need it. Ah, interesting. So then you don't have to share that info with the actual sites? That could be an interesting middle ground. Again, if I thought this was actually for the protection of children, I would be way more about it. Because I don't think keeping children away from a lot of videos is a bad thing. I think that much content out there isn't made for children, and simply saying my content's not for children doesn't actually stop children from seeing it. Only age-restricting content does. But it's punishing the creator, so no one wants to do that. I mean, you can get dinged if you don't on actual stuff that should be age-restricted, but if you don't have to do it, a lot of people aren't going to do it. Despite the fact that I cover many games that are mature topics, I don't age-restrict all my content because I don't personally feel it needs to be age-restricted. I do that as like an as-needed basis. I think that was... Oh no, there's another one. Bump, bump, bump. I'm gonna have to do research on this at some point too. I think accountability is good. Obviously, if your data is used in a bad way, that's obviously bad and a different story. Yeah, and the problem is there's like no guarantee that any of these websites that are going to start asking for this stuff aren't going to use it in bad ways. Like, I think that's the main problem too, is the second someone has access to our identification in any way, shape, or form, we become more susceptible to like data breaches. So like, okay, if YouTube's collecting all of our information and YouTube has, God forbid, a data breach, that's everyone's information out in the fucking ether. So I think that's also why people are like against it. I think it's also something new, and you know, we don't like change. Humans don't like change. Unless that change is convenient. If change is convenient, humans love change. Look at like the Gen AI boom. As bad as Gen AI is, there are a lot of people supporting it because it makes life easier. You know, you don't, and again, I'm super against Gen AI. Like, I cannot state that strongly enough. I am very anti Gen AI. But this is what I think some people who are for it, who are usually the uninformed ones, might think. They're going to look at Gen AI and be like, oh cool, I don't have to pay an artist. I can generate something using AI, and I can get a high quality work for like half the price. And again, like, this isn't correct, this isn't right, but this is what people were thinking. Or like, oh, I don't have to pay attention in class, I can use Gen AI. Sorry, my friend messaged me and I need to write something down on my arm really quickly. Okay. Got it. Yeah, a lot of people will look at it and be like, oh no, that is where I want to be. A lot of people will be like, oh, I don't have to write this paper, I can use Gen AI for it. And it's like, no, you can't, for so many reasons. And, you know, but these are the people who are going to be in support of it. And it's usually the people who just don't understand or know better. And, you know, we do need more people who are educating on it. I started trying to educate myself on why Gen AI is so bad. And it was hard. It was hard to... Why can't I go up? I guess I'm not supposed to be here right now. This must open. Because on the minimap, it's open. Okay. So I'm just not meant to get up there right now. You know, it took a second. I was like, why is generative AI bad for the environment? I had to do a lot of research to even try to understand why generative AI is bad for the environment. It's not clear. It's actually quite confusing at first, and now we're getting more, but to start with, like, I was so confused. I was like, how is something on the internet bad for the environment? That's the very thing my daughter, the inspiring Amir, is to fight against. Yeah, and it's awful. I mean, it's fucking awful. And the thing is, generative AI was given, like, very slowly. Well, let me read chat, and then I'm gonna get back to that thought. I'll be at Anime NYC next weekend to actually ask what commission rates are. She wants to know. Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, she can look around on, like, the internet too and see, like, what are people asking for commission rates, because you do want to value your stuff and compare your stuff. I know a lot of artists also have to work with lowered commission rates in the beginning, or a lot of them do, like, building my portfolio stuff, which I'm not saying isn't bullshit, but that it's one of the few fields. Well, I guess it's kind of like an unpaid internship. That's the unpaid internship stage of work. Building my portfolio. It kind of is the equivalent. Then again, unpaid internship shouldn't be a thing either. No, let me groom you. The bird. It's a terrible sentence. Hi, Twisty, good morning. That's what some people think, and not think of the consequences on the environmental or the reliance fan in general. Yeah. So the crazy thing is, when generative AI first started rolling out, it was those, like, put in a picture of yourself and it puts you in the Disney style. Or the Studio Ghibli style. The thing is, it was rolled out in such a way that people weren't thinking about the consequences. I did a bunch of those. I didn't even know it was generative AI at the time because it was a filter. It was rolled out as a filter. That's where we were first seeing it. It was, oh, everyone's doing this trend over on TikTok everyone's doing this trend where they like have a filter that makes you look like you're drawn in a particular style, and you're not thinking about like, oh, this is I'm essentially getting an art piece for free. You're not thinking about that. You're only thinking about like, oh, I want to do the trend that everyone else is doing, and not the like harmful ramifications of it. And exactly, like initially, yeah, and that everyone, like, I guarantee that almost no one recognized that that was bad because we just didn't have the it was just haha funny thing that we can do. What are you? Okay. Stunning. This way. Oh, I see. I see. I see what I have to do. Guys, I gotta lock in. Oh, wait. I think it's this one. Okay. Haha! God, I'm so good. Yeah, not gonna lie, for a while, a few years back, I did use Gen AI for stuff, but have spent a lot of time with an artist friend and seen her struggles with trying to sell art. Definitely won't be using it again. Yeah, and like, I don't blame anyone who used to use Gen AI. I blame people who are still using it because now we have a lot of... Now we understand it a lot better and we understand why it's so bad. But in the beginning, I really do not blame people who were using it because we were all severely uninformed in the beginning. And even the name, using AI as the name, it's made to confuse people because there is AI in video games. There is AI. The monster I just fought, that monster has AI. AI is an important part of like game development. It's important to so many different things. It's not the same as generative AI, and people were led to believe that they were one and the same. And that was on purpose, to get people to be more about it. Oh god. Yeah, Nikki, you're really leaning into the whole... Why are you making my fights so hard, Nikki? Why? 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 Okay. 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 Stock locked and cocked. These little shield bitches are annoying. Nailed it. I'm a fighting superstar. My daughter finds out that every ChatGPT question wastes a full bottle of water. Oh yeah, ChatGPT is one of the worst. I am super against ChatGPT. God, I mean, it's awful. And it's also promoting, it's keeping people unintelligent. Like, it's making us stupider. Unintelligent wasn't even the right word. See? I'm losing brain cells. It's me. Yeah, it's literally set to keep us stupid. I'm a little bit conspiracy theorist. I feel like you guys recognize that about me. I'm a little conspiracy theorist. Anyway, also, yeah, you're right. The environmental impact is crazy, which is hilarious as my company just put out a bulletin about being greener while in the workplace while also investing $5 billion in AI. Yeah. Like, but companies love AI because AI is going to make everything cheaper for them. AI is like doing quote unquote great things for companies because they can cut down on work costs, you know, by absolutely wrecking their employees and being able to let people go because of it. And of course, some places, companies, etc., will push out Gen AI because they encourage its use, not caring about AI impacts. Yeah, because they're saving money in the long run. Who cares about wasting water when you don't have to pay as many employees? Like, it doesn't matter to these companies because they're only seeing it in this lens of like saving money. Which sounds awful and is awful. Why? Why am I up here? Alright. Maybe it's to be able to get back here? Hello. Whee! That was lovely, Lil. It was lovely. Having a lovely time. We play Infinity Nikki's on the hot seat for AI. Yes, I still play this game. Some other promos people think are using AI. Not the actual game itself. I know I'm like a raging hypocrite for still playing it, even after all this. I'm so against AI, and then I play a game. It's their promotional material, and I don't think we've confirmed it yet. People just think it might be, and until we get a confirmation one way or the other, I'm old and tired, and I need my shitty dress-up game. I want one nice thing. That sucks for me because without ChatGPT, I couldn't have survived teaching stats. Last year, I needed it to craft more questions for my tests I couldn't make up on my own. And the problem is, like, ChatGPT is unreliable. I've never touched it. I refuse to touch it. It's unreliable, though. The only good use of ChatGPT I've ever seen is, a teacher was like, the way I got my kids to stop using ChatGPT was by having them use ChatGPT to craft an essay, and then with that they had to then fact check ChatGPT. And I was like, well, that's fascinating, because that just went to show how messed up like ChatGPT really is in a lot of things. Oh. Okay. I'm big braining, guys. If I fall silent, it's because I am big braining. No! How am I supposed to do that? Curious. Wait, I'm big braining. Yeah, no matter what, I cannot get behind. Oh, then I have to reset the box. Duh. I forgot that won't reset everything. I'm working on it. I'm big braining. Oh, it worked wonders for me. I couldn't make sense of every example. Why isn't... Wait, that's supposed to be... Oh, but maybe I need to get up here. Okay, activate. And then I need this to be down. Guys, I'm cooking. Wait. Activate. Why? What do I do now? I'm confused. I have to get that up somehow. But I don't know how. How am I supposed to get this up? I need to raise that. My brain is not big enough for this. I thought that that would make it go up. Maybe like this? Oh, now it is. Oh my god. Y'all don't understand. My brain. Funny thing is, companies automating jobs, firing staff, and then suddenly realizing later their systems are slowly becoming out of date. Oh yeah, no. Because all of this AI stuff can't even do what people do. It's awful. Oh, it worked wonders for me. I couldn't make sense of every example it gave me, or sometimes it was getting redundant with its answers. But after asking give me more examples, I got what I needed. It's too unreliable. I feel like I can't guarantee it's correct, because ChatGPT just isn't always correct. And that's like the big issue, is sometimes it's just, sometimes they're just wrong. My friend is sending me this is completely unrelated. My friend is sending me messages right now, and he's like, "You need to fix your links, they're broken." And then he just went, "Yes, I was stalking you." Someone has the quality check. I should message him and... Yeah, sure. I've never actually helped someone obtain a Whim Star. Let's go. But yeah, no, companies have to hire additional people to help fix these things. It's so weird. I think when I was watching, one of my coworkers was trying to do a math class, and he was like, "Hello? Oh, okay." I don't know where we're going. Show me? Yes? What are we doing? Where's the Whim Star? Ma'am, I don't play this game for co-op. I'm about to exit out. I don't... Alright, I'm gonna exit out of this. I don't know how to exit out of this. I don't know where I am. Hello? I'm not part of my world anymore. Oh my god. I'm so confused. How do I exit out of here? I'm leaving. I'm so confused! Old lady doesn't know how to co-op. I also don't play this game to do co-op. I'm gonna be so real. I thought this was like, we were gonna go into one of those domains, because some of them are easier with 2 people, but that was not the case. They're gonna unfriend me now. I'm the bad person. Yay, I got more Whim Jades. I really have to find... I have 18 days. It's fine. It's fine. Fun to play. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Can I do this yet? No. But yeah, I don't play this game for co-op. I don't play any of these games for co-op. So when people, like, want to do co-op with it, I don't know. I don't find it as fun. I never really have. I'm a single player person. Add friends. Yeah, we can be friends. I thought I was already friends with them, but that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Because I need to go play my other game. God, I kind of really want more of this. Oh, but I should save. We don't know what's coming. Once I know the 4-star outfits, I'll know if I can do more. I got my ears, and that's what mattered. That's all I care about. Alright. We'll go back to Biggest Face. Let me get Persona booted up. Oh, there's my mom. Mom is texting me. I need to see what she said. How's Kelly? Are we on for today? I'm gonna go check as soon as I finish this. There we go. Atlas!
P-Studio.
Yes. You're so loud. For no good reason. There's no reason to be this loud. Alright. That's actually quite quiet. Every time. Alright. My parents... We have plans with my family today, and they never get to see my one friend, and we've known her since I was a kid. Like, we met when we were both 10. But I need to see how she's feeling, because she has gotten... We think it's just a cold, but better safe than sorry, because My parents will be so mad. My parents are older because I am older. So, you know, I try not to see them when I'm sick. Alright. So we're gonna blaze through. Oh yeah, I get to take these off now. Fuck this! Someone was like, you don't like the Japanese voices. And it's not that I don't like the Japanese voices. I like the Japanese voices. It overwhelms me to hear them talk and try to talk. I am not as good at multitasking as I used to be, which is very sad to me. Oh my god, look at that smug-faced fucking cat. Log into the game. Use Compacto gems. Alright, let's spend some stamina. I probably need more persona. So let's do personas. Yeah, I used to be really good at multitasking, and I find I'm just really not now. And this game's also loud enough that I can just hear it. Oh, right, you guys can probably hear that because my mic is so sensitive, so I'll put that down there. But yeah, no, the entire AI debate, it sucks so much, and you know, the thing that not as many people talk about with all of the generative AI stuff is, so I'm not good at spotting AI. I'm actually incredibly bad at it. I've gotten better. However, it's really frustrating when I go on I don't use Etsy anymore, for art of any sort. I think I actually did buy something that's Gen AI on there. And the reason I don't use Etsy anymore is Etsy is a breeding ground of generative AI. And, you know, I mean, a lot of the times they're like, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Sorry if I look at my phone. My parents are texting me, and family's gotta come first. It sucks that you have to be able to spot it, and I understand if it looks too good to be true, it probably is, but that's also, so one of my VGen commissions that I got, which it was I think it's called Scab. It was a Scab commission, so like you could ask for like major fixes, but you couldn't ask for like, they weren't sending you progress or anything, and it was really cheap. It was like $12. It's beautiful. I didn't end up falling in love with what I got, but they were building a portfolio. So it sounded too good to be true, and it wasn't too good to be true, because, like, they were building a portfolio, so it made sense why they had something that was so inexpensive. But a lot of the time on Etsy, it's just AI, your character here, and it sucks, because, you know, it's so predatory to people who don't know any better, and it's also frustrating because sometimes you know, to those of us who were uninformed, you want to hope for the best. Now, granted, if you're seeing something, if you see a listing on there that's pre-made, excuse me, that's probably, that's less likely to be AI. Like, there are warning signs you can look for. I was looking at a video about that last night where it was going over, like, warning signs of, like, how you can kind of tell if an Etsy listing is AI or not. Etsy started to look at it, there's a lot of AI stuff. It is! Oh my god, there's so much AI being sold on there. And worse yet, like, the average person isn't going to be able to tell. And we've devalued art to such an extent that people probably do see like $5 for Twitch, for like 20 Twitch emotes, and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. Man, my 3 animated emotes, and they very nicely gave me one of them as a static emote for free, was $75. Granted, it was from a studio that's like really well known and really good, but bro, anything, like, I understand a beginner artist charging $5 for a singular emote, if you are building your portfolio, and depending on how hard it is, I can understand that, but by and large, like, no. Each one of those fucking animated emotes is $25 for my soul. I'm looking at my wallet as I'm paying, but I'm like, it's good quality. Doesn't matter. It's good quality, and that's all that mattered in that moment. But I'm new to commissioning art. I've had friends draw me art as gifts, and I've also done, like, one of my friends really wanted, this was years ago, wanted to get Hu Tao in Genshin, so I sent her money for pools, and in return she drew me an art piece. So, like, I've done stuff like that, but I'm super new to commissioning. So, you know, when you're super new at commissioning, when you see some of these price tags, you're like, holy shit. But then as you, like, understand it more, you're like, oh yeah. I forget how much. One of my friends, I just commissioned one of my friends for an illustration. And she gives me, like, a discount because we're friends. And she gave me, like, something that had, like, it was, like, $38.50 or something, so I just rounded it up because I was like, I'm not giving you 50 cents. I'm not, no. I refuse to pay 50 cents. In addition, so we're rounding up. But yeah, no, Etsy is rough. Etsy's very rough. But yeah, depending on, like, a lot of people don't know what to look for, and it's frustrating. Well, I'll tell you what, Etsy is truly the real deal. Go support your friend Grego's game shows and download his classic game show softwares. There we go. See? We have a legit one. It's wild. It's like legitimately wild though, and can be very disheartening to see just how AI it is. I was looking for pre-made emotes. So pre-made emotes, I understand, are going to, like, they're going to be cheaper. If you go on Etsy and you're looking for a pre-made emote, chances are you might actually find it priced at $5. I think my Michaela emotes, each one of those Michaela emotes was like somewhere between $2.50 and $5. So I was going on there and they had a static emotes pack that was incredibly cheap. I think it was $10, and I needed it for a stream, so I wasn't looking to break the bank. I bought it, and then I kind of, as I'm like uploading them, because I didn't look that closely, I just looked to see if I liked them. And as I'm uploading a couple of my favorites to Twitch, I'm like, fuck, I think this was Gen AI. I think some of these at least were Gen AI, because some of them are in different styles. And that's the thing I look for now is, one, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And two, if something has different styles, it's probably AI, which sucks. Big rewards for studying. Hell yeah. And I get diamonds? Let's go. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks to have to wade through all the bullshit, and it sucks to have to constantly be informed about everything because you don't want to be that person, and like, it's so easy to fall in. There's traps. There's these traps. Sounds like a Darman video. Streamer downloads emote, she instantly regrets it. It is. It definitely is. What was the other thing? People were getting canceled for, so there was a thing happening, on Twitter called, like, I guess Grok is the AI on Twitter. And some people were getting canceled because there was a trend on Twitter of asking Grok who the most famous person to visit your account was. And you're using AI. And that's a problem because you shouldn't be, and like, Grok's not good and all this shit, and we don't even know if Grok is accurate in saying who's been to your freaking account. We have no idea. And what the fuck is that? Oh, right. Forgot about Nightmare Catcher. I don't play this game. I am just here. And, you know, people are getting canceled, but it's like, at the end of the day, too, and again, I'm not defending AI. Excuse me. I'm defending human ineptitude. A lot of us don't immediately know better. You see a trend, and your mind immediately is like, oh, trend, I want to participate. You don't as we're like seeing these trends, our first thought isn't, is it a trap? Our first thought is, oh, I want to participate in the trend that everyone else is doing. And it's not, people aren't inherently, you know, bad. People aren't inherently trying to use generative AI for bad things. They're uninformed, they don't understand, and like the information isn't even readily apparent all the time. And it's frustrating because, like, again, people aren't looking to be horrible. And some are, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and defend and be like, oh yes, everyone is for this. But by and large, like, a lot of people just don't know better and get wrapped up in all of this stuff, and it really sucks. And it really sucks that Gen AI is even a thing, and that we are purposefully keeping people uninformed because it benefits big companies and it furthers an agenda, and that sucks. That's all there really is to it. It just sucks. Don't move me, I'm just planting. Oh, don't remove. Please? Click? Click? Sorry. I'm gonna shout at my computer. I've noticed that the clicking on this is really wonky. And I have a lot of issues actually clicking on things, and then I get annoyed that I'm having issues clicking on things because you would think it's so easy. It's not. But yeah. Gen AI is the bane of my existence, and it sucks that people are kept very uninformed on it because we want to be informed. We do. People actually want to be informed. And unfortunately, it's just not so. Hello, Voltic Ace. I'm good. I'm ranting about generative AI. So it's, you know, it's a good day. It's a good day. Oh yeah, I wonder if I have any of these I can put in. Do I have any more capybara? Capybara, 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 capybara. Oh, I don't have any of the others. Damn. I only have these two. I guess I should start figuring out where to get the rest of them. They're so cute! But yeah. Alright. Let's see. What do I have in here? No, that's not what I wanted. But how are you? How are you guys doing? What do you guys have planned for today? We're wrapping up here. They've been a bit short on the morning streams, but that's because I have a few things I need to get done, just in case. We don't know for sure if, where's my biggest face? I don't know for sure if I'm going out, but we might be leaving. We're figuring that out. We're figuring out game plan, so I need to be able to get some stuff done before then. The big AI talk, are you yay or nay? I'm incredibly anti-generative AI. Incredibly so. I think that AI, original AI, has absolutely its purpose. I mean, it's in video games. Like, AI, programming AI of, like, monsters and everything, and how enemies react, like, all that stuff. Yeah, man, that's great. Generative AI is the devil. Yeah, and everyone here is anti-AI. And I saw something recently about how they are working to make it so that, people can't use ChatGPT to write essays anymore. It's getting better, and I'm very excited for that, because at the end of the day, I think that AI, generative AI, especially when used in schooling, like, when used in writing papers and getting answers and stuff like that, is making us stupider. We're not questing to learn more knowledge. And while I don't believe that every class you're ever going to take in school is useful, suck it up. Deal with it. Like, just deal with it. That sounds so mean, but I went through school, and I'm not saying I think it's great that we have things that are helpful. And the programs that are making it so you can't use Gen AI, are accounting for things like Grammarly I think that there are, I think we're still pro Grammarly. I haven't done research into that. But like, there are certain things out there that are meant to help students to make like classes less painful that I'm so about. Always make mine useful as much as I can. The thing is, I look at calculus, the course I've taken twice and had to be tutored through both times because I'm really bad at calc. Calculus is never going to be useful for me. God, I hope it's never going to be useful because I'm going to be useless at it. I had to take it and it sucked. And I had to take it a second time and it still sucked. But that doesn't, you just have to deal. I mean, that's the thing. You just have to deal. Also, there is such a thing as learning for the sake of learning. I'm not good at calculus. I'm really bad at calculus. I actually really like math. Calculus is my highest math that I can't do it. I just can't. Calculus and geometry both fucked with my head too much. Oh, I'm bad at calc too, and trust me, it's very specific to certain careers. Yeah, so a calculus class, not super useful. I fully agree. Aside from that, the point of AI is replacing all forms of artists. Oh, it's so upsetting. So upsetting. Don't get me started on me and calc. You crap at my struggles there. All right, I'm glad I'm among friends who also hate calculus. I've had to be tutored through it both times. I thought the second time, small rant. So the second time I took calc, I took it in high school. My senior year, I did double math, double science. I know. I'm an art student. I really like math. But I'm a musician, so it makes sense. Math and music are inherently linked. And I really liked math up until that point, aside from geometry, which I also happen to suck at. But I did calc and statistics, and I enjoyed stats. I did not enjoy calc. I found calc really hard. Gave up on math when I was introduced to imaginary numbers. I can even do that shit. I could do so much when it came to math. I don't know why I did double science, but I did like econ and psychology, so honestly, I don't know what possessed me to think econ was a good idea. I also can't do chemistry. Geometry wasn't my bag when I first went through school, as great as I am in math, but once I got it in college, I find every edge to show my students to make patterns. And that's the thing. If you can find the patterns, I was bad at geometry and geography. But the second time I took calc, so I took a basic calc course in high school, and then I took it again in college, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take calc for non-math majors, because this should be calc but simplified, and I thought that was a really good idea for me. Let's just say I couldn't sing that together so confidently at all. It'd be like that. I wish I had taken calc for math majors, and this is why. They wanted us to write how we got our answers. Right. With words. They wanted us to explain our answers and explain our process with words. Here's the thing about me. I like making the little inverted pyramid, so I will order of operations my shit. I will start with the original equation, and I will do it step by step by step. I find it incredibly satisfying to watch the pyramid get smaller. That didn't count as me explaining. They said, use your words, bitch. And I was like, the math should be speaking for itself. I was getting dinged on credit repeatedly. I did so poorly in that course because I didn't want to write my words out in English. I wanted to show you my math, and you could clearly see how I'd gotten my answers. So frustrating. Yeah, there are certain things. What, that's cheating on their part? It's because it was calc for non-math majors, so they assumed that, like, it was the humanities bitches. It's me, the humanities bitches, that's why I can say that. Learn math, they have a song called Calculus. Damn, I didn't know that. So they assumed it would be easier for us to use words to explain our answers, and you could get partial credit that way. The problem is, it was very rigid in a lot of schools do not offer accommodations. Private schools do not accommodate you. If you have something going on, you will not be accommodated in a private school, and I know this because I've gone to private school my whole life. I didn't have issues in like middle school and elementary school. High school I started to have issues because I had trouble sitting still and paying attention. And I would write and doodle, and my teachers hated me for it, and my grades suffered for it. I also had gifted kid burnout. Song says, I know my calculus, it says u plus me equals us. I was using a song to make a joke. I love that. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, so in college, it's still the same. There are zero accommodations. Just being hyper technical, I know wanting to show, terminology. It wasn't even the terminology they were looking for. It was it was a written explanation of the steps you took. It was saying, like, I couldn't even just write, like, I followed order of out. It was so stupid. It was so stupid, and I was always so mad. But yeah, you don't get accommodated in private school, which sucks because we're all very different learners, and it would have taken it was clear I understood that I was getting tutored through calculus again. I would not have understood it without tutoring, but I was being tutored by a friend, and like, it sucked that they could not adapt and accommodate the fact that, like, hey, you don't have to modify. I understand not offering full modifications. I have had something modified once, but that wasn't my fault. I strongly believe the classes that school offer should be updated for the modern day. Give these kids a class on paying taxes, learning the difference between deductible and a copay. Yes, we need life skills classes. Life skills, so I work in special ed. We have life skills classes. Those life skills classes are mainly teaching our kids, like, chores, like washing dishes, vacuuming. For reference, I have severe to profoundly disabled children. My children mentally are somewhere between, like, 6 months and 2 years. So yet they're in like, I work with pre-K to 8th grade, but mentally 6 months to 2 years. So that's why our life skills looks very different. I absolutely agree, and I think that we do need life skills classes. We should be learning how to pay our taxes properly. We should be learning what to look for with renting apartments. We should get basic knowledge of, like, cars. There are so many things that people would benefit from. Dude, I had to hire someone to install my AC. I got an AC unit. And must take a lot of patience. No, it doesn't. That's a rant for another day. We'll talk about my special ed teaching another day. It takes much less patience. TLDR, I have no patience for, like, typically functioning people. It's not hard to have patience for the kiddos when they're fucking up not on purpose. When they're fucking up on purpose, I look at them and I go, get your life together. Sit down and get your life together. Love my kids. It doesn't take as much patience as you think it will, because you can tell when they know better and when they don't know better. I'm hearing about high schools starting to offer adulting classes, as they should. It shouldn't be an elective. It should be mandatory. Yeah, if only that would have been great to have had classes focusing on that. Yeah, I had to do some of it. I had to do, when I entered college, I did have to take a foundations class that was offering some knowledge to make you aware in college of, like, we had to learn about, like, drinking and drugs and, like, parties, because it could be dangerous there. Like, people aren't good people. And that's all I'll say on that, because we're not going for super mature content. But, yeah, you need, we have life skills class for my special ed students, because these are the life skills that are applicable to them. Learning how to do basic chores, well, not applicable for all of them. I don't necessarily think my kids need to learn to vacuum, but, sorry, my friend has texted. Jesus Christ, computer, phone. Sorry, mate. I'll be down. I have to wrap this up. I have to wrap up stream now. But, having those life skills classes can be super duper valuable for anyone. Everyone needs to learn life skills. I still need to learn life skills. I think I bought an AC unit, to try to make my house habitable for guests in the summertime. I have an AC unit that's in my bedroom. I do not have central AC. I do not feel that I need central AC. However, that back bedroom in the summertime is awful. And I don't want my friend to have to sleep on a couch. I don't want to sleep on a couch. Doesn't the maid do that? Yes. So I was like, well, I'm going to get an AC unit. Now, when we put in the AC unit in my room, it was really heavy, so we ended up, they were delivering it anyway, and Mom just slipped them a little bit of money and they installed it. And this time we went to do it, but I was like, nope, I don't get it. I need a drill. I don't even own a drill. I am occasionally a damsel in distress. My hubris tells me I'm not, but you know, but I had to hire someone for something that should be incredibly simple. Because I don't have the technical know-how to be able to do it myself, and my friend didn't have the technical know-how to be able to do it herself. And that's a problem. I should not have had to hire someone. Granted, it worked out. The guy was super nice, and he also fixed my leaky faucet where I needed a new sink installed, and I'm not fucking with that. Even with technical know-how, I'm not fucking with that. Honestly, it's impressive enough that I was able to go out and buy it, because every time I take a step into Home Depot, I have to go find the nearest person and be like, help? I'm confused. Hello, I am confusion. I'm looking at a lot of things. But yeah, we should have adulting classes. We absolutely should. There's this dude on like TikTok and YouTube, Financial Audit. I forget his actual name. You know, he's doing, people have a lot to say about him, but at the end of the day, he is trying to help people get out of debt, and we shouldn't have such an overwhelming issue of people being trapped in debt for years and years and years. Like, that's fucked. It's incredibly fucked. It's incredibly predatory, and I have a lot of issue. The FBI agent living in my phone absolutely is going to town right now. I'm on a list. I have so many negative things to say, but like, you shouldn't be in immediate debt because you went to school. You shouldn't have to drive yourself with bleeding out to the hospital because ambulances are to it. Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of issues. That can be next time. I do need to go because I need to go hang out with my friend a little bit because she's working and we have a little bit of free time, right? Like, she's taking a break to eat some food. So I want to make sure I get some time with her. But next time we meet here, I don't know what day that's going to be, because of shenanigans. Screw the whole rite of passage. Absolutely not. I'm so anti rite of passage. Like, no. College should be free. Anyway, I don't know when my next YouTube stream is going to be. It might not be until next Saturday. I am about to go back to work. I am very sad about that. I am going to miss doing these little morning streams just in the week. But I am going to get a solid plan out, and I think we're going to do Saturday and Sunday mornings when I am around. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I do appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for having these deep conversations with me, and we're going to pick this up again. We're going to talk about like what I would love to have a talk with you guys about what adulting things should be included in an adulting class and what knowledge we think that the children and young adults and even full adults, I'm in my 30s, should have that we don't have. I'm missing knowledge that I feel I should have. I only just learned how to do my taxes. My father was doing them for me for reference, and he likes doing them for me. However, I eventually had to be like, Dad, I want the knowledge of how to do it. I have to be able to do my taxes. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I appreciate you all. If I do not stream for you guys soon, it's going to be next Saturday would be the next one that I can promise you guys. Hopefully it'll be before that because I really enjoy hanging out with everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. I also have great credit. I do have good credit. I've worked hard at that. That's my one thing of knowledge. I have bruises? Anyway, we'll figure that out later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. Be financially smart. Ready, steady,